Don't give up. And then if you have a job, use that job to fund your trading. It's the process of what you're learning. Understand, find out who you are as far as what kind of trader you are. Don't give up.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today I have the pleasure to host Natasha, who comes from New York. She has been trading for 10 years, so I can't wait to hear her story. Welcome, Natasha.
Hi,
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Great, great. It's a pleasure to have a female trader here.
Yes. I do watch your videos and I do see a lot of males. I do see a couple of females, so I'm happy to be one of them.
It's incredible. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
I've been trading for like 10 years, but I started with Ninja Trader. I don't remember the strategy. Of course, like most traders, I've gone through tons of strategies. I finally found the strategy that works best with me and my personality. I love analyzing. That's one of the reasons why I like trading so much. The ability to, I hate the word predict, but that's what it is technically. I love sitting at the charts and just seeing how the pairs move and analyzing it, and the idea that you can be rewarded so generously for being right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's its own endorphin for me. So I love that. And then like we spoke before, I love the fact that trading itself is a great barometer of showing you yourself, like who you are, your characteristics, your qualities, and helping you to see what you need to work on. And it's a constant revolving door. It's a constant process that I have not come to master, but that is my goal. So
How did you get started? Like, where did you find about trading?
I started trading with Ninja Trader, and I forgot the name of the program, and I was working full time. I remember I would come home and look at the charts and see how much money I could have made. But because I was working, I was like, oh man, my job was making me lose money. And I thought that was thought that was interesting. So being a beginner, I didn't continue trading. I was like, I'm working. So I didn't realize, you have to make it work somehow. I didn't know anything about learning about yourself or anything. I was like, I just can't trade. So some years went by. And then the market makeup method, there was a young man by Leo Williams, Pip Society. I actually joined his course in learning the market making method, and I thought that was great. You're able to. He taught how to see the charts with the M's and the W's, the high and low of the day. Those trades, successful trades, happened during the London session. So I would try that again. I'm still working full time, so I would get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes are all blurry. I can't see anything. I'm not for sure if I'm supposed to be taking the trade, and then I'm at work. I'm just completely sleepy. And
Am I seeing a double bottom or I'm dreaming? A double bottom.
yeah, exactly. And then it wasn't a double bottom. It wasn't a double top. So, I tried it for a while, and then I realized that as much as I liked the strategy, it wasn't for me. And I was able to work the strategy, but I wasn't able to make really any money with it because it wasn't conducive for my circumstances and my lifestyle. You have to find something that's for you. So then, of course, you start spending all this money buying all the courses. I'm constantly watching YouTube, and I'm not gonna lie, I still watch the YouTube videos, but for different reasons. So,
But I can imagine it was not that much content 10 years ago on trading, isn't it?
no, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if there was a lot, but anything that piqued my interest, I was interested in, and then not realizing that having all of that information was doing detriment to you, because now you've seen the charts from 50 different strategies, probably, which one's right, which one's wrong, which what, and it became a little bit overwhelming for me. And then of course you want to trade all the pairs because you're in this to make money. It's been a very, very interesting journey that now, had I listened to people, mentors from the beginning, that, you find a few pairs to trade. You find what works with your personality. I had to learn what type of a trader I was. I'm not a scalper. I think it'd be great to go into the market. I love it when I see people enter in 5 minutes. They make their RRs and, they're done for the week. But it's not me. So I'm more of a swing trader. The most I've held a trade was for like 2 weeks. But now with working with the firms, it's a bit different because I have to be calculated as far as my risk and daily drawdown and things of that nature. So it's working out.
And how did you find TFT? How is your experience with us?
I just saw that you guys have like great promotions, and it's like constant promotions. It's like you have so many promotions to keep me with you guys. It was like sometimes I'll buy a challenge just to have it because it was a great promotion. Just have it in my back office if I happen to blow an account. I'll have it in my back office. Your site is very user friendly as well. The Discord channel, I like the way we are as a community with each other. The interviews itself, I watch the interviews you have with the other traders. It seems very relaxed and casual, and so very people oriented. I like that. Like that a lot.
I'm happy to hear that. In which way did the prop firms change your trading style? Do you think that there are more advantages or disadvantages?
I think a little bit of both for me because I am more of an aggressive trader. So, I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? The pros are, listen, we'll give you, $100,000, $2 million, whatever, but you have to do this, this, that, and the other. And you can't do this and you can't do that. And so it's been an adjustment for me to learn how to yield to that because I still have my ways. And so I'm learning to incorporate my ways with the rules. And so I know I've been slapped a couple of times, you know. I think it's making me more disciplined and much more disciplined, even as an aggressive trader, because I have to work with the rules.
What did you struggle with the most, like in the whole journey, and how did you overcome those struggles?
Patience, patience. Because once you realize the unlimited potential, and I don't mean that in exaggerated terms, but trading has unlimited potential. Once I realized that I can make as much money as I actually wanted, as what they say in the industry, you can actually print money, it's something happens in your brain, and now all of a sudden you just want to trade. And like you said, you want to force trades, you start to see things that's not there. Or you're sitting at the computer just waiting for it because here's the money, and your mind starts living in the future, what you can do, what you can't do.
You're already buying lots of things with the money that you haven't made.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then that's when you first learned out. I first learned you're a little greedy, and then you learn about the fear and the two qualities that go in trading, fear and greed. Patience I had to learn. And so before I started trading this particular strategy, I started trading harmonics, which really accelerated my patience because I really would have to wait for price ABCD, to get to its particular point off of the Fibonacci. And so it really forced me to be patient, much more patient. That's been my biggest struggle lately, but I'm doing pretty good with it. Now I'm trying to be more disciplined along with the patience. So that's where I am right now.
And how long time did it take you to find your strategy?
I'm going to say over 5 years because I was in everything, because I love trading so much. I'll try that. I'll try this. And I love the fact that I know all these different strategies, and I can look at the chart and I can apply them all mentally, even though I'm trading my strategy. I can say, okay, well, with the market maker, okay, how many levels are we at? So we're not necessarily ready for a reversal yet. Even I can see a harmonic without even looking at it, without even touching the chart. I can see, even with Fibonacci itself, just by looking at the chart, I can tell you where the Fibonacci level is mentally. It is helped by having all those strategies, but you can't trade all those strategies. We all do that when we're new traders. We want to learn everything, and we don't realize that we're doing that because we haven't found the one that's for you. And once it's for you, because you can kind of feel it. I think you can kind of feel that there's no pressure. You can see things easily and you understand things easily, like you said, with your logic and things like that. It clicks with you.
And how long time did it take you to become profitable? Did you have other strategies that you've been profitable with before this strategy?
Yes, I've always been profitable. There's probably been an issue with being more consistent with anything than with being profitable. I've always been profitable, what we call profitable in the sense, have I met my goal? Like I can be profitable in my mind. Like that wasn't a good trade because I didn't meet my goal. Every strategy I've always been able to make money off of because it works. It's just making sure that it actually works for me enough to be consistent. So that was the issue.
And is the strategy that you're using now a strategy that you learned from a mentor, or is something that you developed yourself by mixing the knowledge from all the previous?
I think at the end of the day, we all end up kind of mixing, especially with everything. Yeah, it's a combination of smart money concepts and quarter points and key levels. Pretty much it. And then working with the market structure. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and I use wrinkles. I don't use candlesticks, so I use wrinkles.
Would you like to share your screen and show us how you analyze the chart?
So these are wrinkles. Most people know them. They don't really know them too well. Some people mostly use Heikin Ashi. These are mean wrinkles. So it's not the average. So it has the wicks on them. What I like about these particular one is that it mimics, I can have it set so where it looks pretty much just like the candlestick chart. This brick frame rather represents the 1 hour chart. So I know that, and I can just go to the 1 hour and you'll see it looks exactly the same. So the way the candles will move is the same way my chart will move. So they move it exactly the same. And what I love about it the most, it's since it's price based, I avoid all the manipulation that happens like with the news, because I have to pretty much wait for the brick to close. So, and I can see, of course, price action, clean and clear. You see that's an M. We don't understand that. You see the M, you see the lower high, you see the lower low clearly. You see, let's see, like right here where liquidity's been taken out. You can see where your liquidity points are. Same thing right here.
Very interesting. It's very clean.
Very clean.
Like it's so
Very
clean.
clean. So
no noise at all.
no noise at all. You see clear market structure coming down and the movements up. And so I've studied these wrinkles just looking and trying to apply the SMT, because as I learned the SMT, I was using candles. You have to learn the candles because that's how they train you, teach you with it. Then I realized that these are order blocks. I know exactly what price is actually going to. And same thing right here. So this little reversal pattern right here as well, that's an order block. Like down here is an order block. So once liquidity is taken out, and we have this inducement taken out, if you wanted to trade just straight SMC, right there would be my entry. Come down, sniper entry pretty much. I can either get in whether once we come into the zone, or I can wait till price closes and then take the trade. And I have like my peak formation, high and low indication here that keeps me in line with what direction the trend's in. So technically on the hour chart, apparently we're going into a downtrend, but my analysis really has me going up into this area here. So again, nice and clean.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Very clean.
Very, very clean, very clean. So it has definitely raised my consistency and my trading skills 200%, 200% just by using the wrinkles itself.
When did you start using them?
I've been using wrinkles for maybe 5 years now. I've been using it for a while now. And every now and then, it's an offline chart, so it catches its feed from the actual candle chart. So I have to have the candle chart open. So every now and then I can go and look in the candle and see what's going on. I'll be like, okay, because I can read the candles as well. I even mentally the structure itself, if I want to use Fibonacci, you have a clean area of where, let me just take off this indicator here. You have your exact points of where to put it at. And so understanding what the wrinkles, the wicks and the actual reversal signals are on your time frames, like right here at a key level, we have the order block, the reversal signal. So I could have taken that. And then if I wait till it closed and I wanted to ride it all the way up, what is that, like 342 pips?
The key levels, is it like the weekly highs, weekly lows, daily highs, daily lows, actually institutional levels, or how do you determine?
It's actually an indicator itself. I've had it for a while. I just put it on. I noticed that price actually, as you can see, very much respects it. And when she's above it, she's above it. And when she's below it, she's below it. This is where I have my key levels, quarter points. It's moving a bit slow now because of news. Some resources on my computer because it's an offline chart. So it's constantly reading data. These are my quarter points here. The dash is here. This one here is the midway point between the major key levels. So I only take trades when I'm at a key level or a quarter point, period. But I'm able to see where she's going in reference. We're using the smart money concepts as far as order blocks are concerned, where she's going to respect. As we can see, she came right into this particular order block right here. We wait till we get on my interview for my stuff to start going slow, huh?
Do you execute on a 1 hour chart or?
I execute in the 15 minutes.
You do top down?
I drop down. Because it's gold for one, so I try to have my stop losses. I don't really like anything more than like 35 pips. If I want to get in, let's say right here, this on the hour chart, and I got in right here and I went below just its low itself. So what I would do is I go to higher time frames. I make sure I'm in the same direction as far as trend is concerned, and then I go down to the low time frame. And then of course, having the key levels and quarter points on my chart, go down to a low time frame, and then just wait for some brick of structure, or even just a printed reversal signal So like right here, this is a reversal signal. Right here, it printed an order block as well. So it reversed, took out liquidity. So it's SMT as well. And then this is an order block.
Would you like to like show us an example? Where would you enter? Where would you place your stop loss in? How you determine your target profit? Do you have like target TP1, TP2, TP3, or you only have one target?
I tend to, especially when I'm using quarter points, it's going to be either going to be at a key level or a quarter point. It's going to be at halfway. So it's not going to be a major quarter point. It's going to be at the halfway mark, or it's going to be at one of these levels here. If price, I call her a she, sorry about that. if
No worries.
if price if price right now, from just looking at it, understand how she works. So she came into this key level area and she broke above, she's probably going to come back down just to retest. And then if she breaks above this area here, she most likely is going to break here. So I don't really trade in terms of how many pips I want to get. I just trade the setup. Once it reaches another level, then I'll decide if I will come out of the trade. I'll go back to the higher time frames to see where she is, or either I'll use Fibonacci. Of course, if I take out my fib, getting close to the afternoon or something of that nature, and I get in at 886, I know the reciprocal of 886 is going to be at 27 or 618. I get out on take profit using my Fibonacci as well. So I have different methods depending on where I am in the trade, where I am in the time of day in reference to with the firm as far as, can I hold overnight? I have different options I use. I don't have any one set.
And it's super clean. Like I'm impressed to see how clean the chart is with the wrinkles.
Yeah, like I said, I can't even look at the stick chart anymore. Just like, and so you see price action as well, much cleaner as well. You can see the higher low, at a key level. Same thing like right here. It's like, she broke above break of structure. She came back and retraced. I'm always looking for the retrace to come into either an order block or a level of a lower high, which is right over here. She tapped it and she went up. And the candlesticks, you may be looking at 5, 10, 15 candles before the move happens. This is just going to go up and down. And these price points are letting me know if it hits here, it's going down. If it hits here, it's going to be going up. It's going to form another brick. So psychologically, I'm just looking at one brick at a time. Whereas with candles, you're looking at multiple candles, multiple wicks. She's tricking you out, but wrinkles doesn't do that.
Do you install it like an indicator on the chart,
Yes.
or?
I install like an indicator. It's a mean wrinkle. Let me see. It's called the mean wrinkle. There we go. Mean wrinkle. I got it from
Okay.
I don't know if I could do a plug for the site, but yeah, this is one site. It's like $40 for life, and you can have it on 3 different computers. And so it's registered to me. And yeah. And the reason why I like these, because their wrinkles are all over the place, but the developer, he made these so that way it can mimic the candlestick charts. So you're not wondering when is the brick going to move, because it's been the same way the candlesticks move. It's just cleaner.
Can you tell me a little bit about your psychology towards trading now and what you have done to improve your psychology?
Well, before I get to the charts, I'm always assessing where I am mentally and emotionally. Because, things happen in life and you have things going on, you're busy. And I'm always saying, is this a good day to trade? And if I am going to trade, should I be trading? I always try to look at it from a standpoint of looking at the big picture. Sometimes I fail to do that. Yesterday, I think it was, I was taking a trade. I was in a little bit of accumulation with gold, and I had to like tell myself, sit back, look at the big picture. I think sometimes we forget to do that, to really understand what the story is that the charts are telling you involved in the present moment. I've had to learn not only to be patient, but to really have the mindset of stepping back and looking at the big picture and really understanding what's going on. And then when I do my analysis, really believe in my analysis. We talked about, we're in these communities and people have their own ideas of what trades going on, how much money they made and so forth. So I've lessened. I'm not in a lot of groups. I used to be in groups like that. I find I trade better quietly. I call it quiet trading. No one's talking to me and I'm not talking to anyone. It's just me. I do have a couple of people that, I've used to, when I wouldn't say they offer signals. I never have taken them, but because, you paid for it. So, you still have them. So what I'll do is I'll see if somebody throws out a signal, if it aligns up with my trade analysis, but I won't change my trade analysis because of somebody else's. I'll just see if it kind of like it lines up and so forth. I'll have it in mind. But and then I kind of like compete with myself and others silently to myself. It was like, I don't think you're right. Yeah, but just trying to be more disciplined, um, patient, and controlling my risk, understanding how many pips I have to lose, and then if I reach a certain threshold, knowing that it's time to lower my risk and knowing how much to lower it. And the fact that like with TFT, I'm in a nights challenge, so I don't have a time limit. So sometimes I have to tell myself, relax, Natasha. You don't have a time limit. You don't no rushing you. It's okay. You can have the account for the whole year, make a dollar. Just keeping the right mindset, constantly trying to keep that right psychology, I think is key.
And do you read like books or maybe listening to podcasts for psychology? Nothing like
No,
that.
no, I think for me the best thing has been being on the charts. I don't think you can learn to trade from a book at all. I tried reading the book and it's like, for me the best thing is I sit at the chart and sometimes I just stare at it and just watch it move. I mean, all I trade is gold. People that know me know I only trade gold. In the beginning and even still now, I just sit and just watch her move, see what she does because each pair has their own personality, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
So understanding what it is that she does, like as far as order blocks are concerned, I've heard announcers, oh, she's gonna drop, and I do believe she is gonna drop, but she doesn't leave order blocks behind. So I knew eventually she was going to where she is right now. She's going to mitigate those order blocks. And I know that because I watched her.
I mean, she's your friend.
She's my friend now. She's my friend. We're besties.
Yeah.
But I spent a lot of time studying her movements. And so I don't think you can learn
So
personally
you
from a
kind of
book.
like build intuition of the moves of the pair.
Yes. How much money she can take from you, so how much money I need to play with.
Yeah, yeah. How did you decide to stick with gold?
I'm in this industry because I want to make money. So like I know pairs that move very smooth, but they're slow. I don't want to, I'm not trying to get rich quick. I'm not even trying to get rich, but I'm in it to make money. I needed to find a pair that gave me the option of making money in short moves. And everybody knows gold is one of them. You have the indices as well, but gold is one of them. So in the beginning, everyone's like, oh, it's gold, very scary. I don't want to touch gold. And I was one of those. And then I realized I had to change my mindset and say, I need to learn how to tame her, to tame price, so I would just spend a lot of time just trading. And then eventually I just stopped trading any other pair and I just stuck with gold because I wanted to make money. I said, and that's because I trade 10 lots, like we talked about earlier. If I wanted to make $2,000, that's 20 pips. Gold can give you 20 pips before you blink your eye, if you get it right. So that's why I chose her. And because I know she can steal a lot from you, but she can give a lot as well.
What is the difference in your risk management from your personal account? Do you use same risk management on the challenges?
I stay consistent throughout challenges and funded accounts is the same.
It's the same risk management.
I know a lot of people, they use the 1%, the 2% rule. In the beginning, I was like, I don't use that rule. I use never trade more than you're willing to lose, whatever that may be, because money is relative. In my mind, money is relative. What's a lot to me may not be a lot to someone else, and vice versa. Because I recognized that I'm more of an aggressive trader, I knew I had to have an account that supported that. So instead of trying to change who I am, I needed to elevate the type of money that I needed to trade with. I can't trade a $10,000 account. It just, I can't. I really can't even trade a $100,000 account, really, but it has to be a six-figure account. I use my risk based off of my stop loss. So I want to go into any trade having minimum of 80 pips 80 pip stop loss, but more so of 100 and more. So and my calculation is I try to keep it as simple. I don't think I'm that great at math. So people are like, oh, 10% and 2% of that. And, here's a calculator, whatever. Because I have a $400,000 account to $12,000 drawdown, right? So $12,000, if I trade 10 lots, that's 120 pips. That's how I calculate. I have 120 pips. Of course, I don't want to use 120 pips on any given trade. And if I'm in a trade that I have to use 120 pips and I hit my stop loss, my analysis was completely wrong. I look at it from that standpoint, that I have 120 pips, and then it grows from there based off of the account and the way the rules work and so forth. That's why people think I'm more of an aggressive trader, because of that, I guess. But I trade my stop loss. I don't trade $400,000. I trade $12,000 but it's a mental trick that I play with my mind. So I don't look at it as stop loss. I look at it as I have. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's pretty important, like to be positive, because if you look at things from a negative perspective, you can unconsciously start like doing things in a negative way. Do you have like weekly targets, monthly targets?
No, no. I try to release all that pressure. I think with time limits, like in the beginning with the firms, phase one, phase two, 30 days, 60 days, you feel the pressure, you have to because you have a time limit. So I find for me that releasing any limitations, I can just take whatever it is, and that's what it is. Maybe today's 10,000, maybe tomorrow's 2,000 and so forth. To me, a $10,000 day is a bad day. I don't have targets in that way because then if I don't make it, then it can affect me. And I'm now trying to reach something that maybe the market's not giving me.
And did you have to like adjust your strategy depending on the market conditions? Because you've been trading like for 10 years, and I definitely believe that the market conditions have been changing quite much, especially like
Yes.
pre-COVID, after COVID. Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, COVID did me very well. I wouldn't say I adjusted my strategy. I adjusted myself. The strategy is a strategy and principles are principles, it's fundamental truths that you just, it just applied, period. I needed to make the adjustment because maybe at 10:30 in the morning, price normally does certain things, but maybe because of COVID or different things, it didn't happen at 10:30. Maybe it happened at, 2 p.m. Now, am I available at 2 p.m.? And so I had to just make adjustments within myself more so than the strategy.
and do you have a daily routine? Something that you do before you sit on the charts and
No, I actually just live my life. I don't have any daily routine in particular in regards to trading. It's for like, okay, some people get up at 7 o'clock and they get on the chart. I did that for a while and it actually works. It kept me more consistent. I just trade the setup. I'm not on the charts all day, but throughout the day I am looking at the charts, looking for when price reaches a certain particular area. And once it reaches that area, then I begin to look for what I need to see for me to get into the trade. I trade the setup. So it doesn't make a difference if it happens at 6:30, which people say never trade the agent session and so forth. I don't follow that. And I think that has hindered me before doing that. Don't trade on Mondays and Fridays. Those are the trap days. Wait for the market to produce its high and low, all that. I've done all this and I found that it was detrimental to me. So I just trade the setup itself. And once the setup has finished its run, it's just now time for me to get out and wait for the next one. So I try to keep myself free, I guess, in a sense, and no pressure no pressure. It doesn't always work. I mean, I take losses like everyone else. I have bad days and so forth, different particular reasons. Overall, I try to be consistent in that.
and how many trades do you like execute weekly or monthly as a swing trader?
Maybe a minimum of one trade a day, sometimes two. And it depends if I haven't caught the move, like gold has been consolidating for a while. So every time I thought she was going to make the move and I'm in the trade, she didn't. And so I was taking more trades because give me the indication that she was ready to do something. And she would go, and then she was like, no, not yet. So I would have to get out. And so, which I really don't like doing. Most people will wait till consolidation is over, but because I like to catch the move. So sometimes I'm in and out, maybe 2 or 3 times, but mostly it's about 1 or 2 trades a day, or if not a day, every other day.
What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started?
Never give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. And then if you have a job, use that job to fund your trading, because you're going to lose, you're going to blow your accounts. We all blow our accounts and so forth. It's the process of what you're learning. Understand, find out who you are as far as what kind of trader you are, and then work with that. Don't give up. I mean, if I had done this in the beginning, I would have saved myself so much time. Pick 1 or 2 pairs as you learn the strategy. If it doesn't feel right for you, or you feel like you're struggling learning it, then it's probably not your strategy. You may need to find a different one. And yes, you spent money on it, but that's the nature of the beast,
I mean, better to move forward on time than spending too much time on one thing and trying to force it.
Yeah, you'll lose a lot more money doing that than finding a different strategy. And sometimes you may find that you can resonate with the strategy because the person's teaching you. If there's something about the person, the way they talk, that it just helps you to understand it easier, you may grasp the strategy because of the person and not because of the strategy. And It all depends.
Do you have another source of income or you only
Yes.
have like trading? Do you think that it's important to have more sources of income?
Yes and no. I have another source of income because I'm just that way mentally. I don't think, like people ask me, are you a full-time trader? I will say yes, indeed, but that doesn't mean I don't have a full-time job. You know what I mean? Because that's probably more time trading than I do at work. But I'm not the type that I can just trade and just sit at home and, do nothing. I don't have like, the lifestyle, I'm running around the country and so forth. So, I'm always like doing things. So I'm actually an audio-visual technician. I live in New York, so I go to commercial environments and I service whatever problem they're having in reference to their conference rooms, like, the video conferencing systems. And so I've been doing that for about almost 10 years as well, actually. And there was a time I traded just completely, just trading. But after a while, it does get kind of boring and I have reasons for why I'm working, and it has nothing to do necessarily with having income.
Everyone is different. Like some people think that they just need the freedom of just trading and having the free time to do whatever they want.
If I did that, I would still be very busy. Even if I just traded, my life would still be very busy because I'm just active in general. I spend a lot of time in volunteer work. I have goals for myself, so I'm going to be involved in things that's going to support me achieving those goals. And so if I can get paid doing it, why not? you know?
So what are your goals with trading and in general?
One of my goals is I would like to scale up to the 2.5 million. About 1.6. I want to scale up my account to 1.6 and then make about 30K a week. Not for any particular reason, but just because I can.
Yeah.
And it's not, again, I'm not interested in like, rich and getting money, whatever. For me, it's always about the ability to attain the goal of, and because if I can attain that goal, that means that I've achieved a certain level of patience and discipline and self-control and understanding of certain things in order to achieve that. So, and that's just the reward of it, but that's not necessarily what I'm going for.
Any last words that you would like to share with us?
I just want to say that, trading has been one of my greatest accomplishments, I would say, because of what it has done for me. And it's not so much about the money, it's just about how it makes me feel in reference to, the charts, analyzing what it does for me as a person itself and with what's going on in the world economically, that, not saying that the markets won't crash, we won't become tricky or whatever, but it's been a great source of extra income that I think that everyone should get involved with. Anyone I talk to always say, hey, you want to learn how to trade? So I think that anyone who's involved in it, that they should stick with it and just really give it a try.
But I think that you have to have the passion. I think that many people don't get any interest because they don't have passion. They don't have interest to learn anything about it.
And I think they think it's very risky too. It's like, oh, it's gambling and you're risking. But again, I think most traders, like I know for myself, I have a whole different concept of money than the average person itself. I noticed that younger people do much better than the adults probably because they don't have the responsibility of bills and all these other things. So to them, it's like a big game that they're rewarded for. Whereas, as adults, we come in with, well, I got to pay the rent, so I make sure I can't lose this, that, and the other. So it's really like you said, 90% the mindset, psychology. Once you get the passion for it, it's a game over.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your experience with us. I would definitely like to have a follow-up interview in the near future to see how things are going with you. And it's been such a pleasure to talk to you. And
Yes.
Really cool strategy, something unique, something that I haven't actually seen before. It's been a really pleasure to have you here to talk to you.
Yes, very nice meeting you too. I hope we get to, speak again in the future. Maybe I get to see you at the summit.
Hopefully, it's gonna be super cool if we can meet there. Thank you once again.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
So that's all from today's interview. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.